Ano ang geometric sequence? Pag-usapan natin yan sa bagong video na ito. Hello everyone! Welcome to my class, and in this video, pag-uusapan natin ang mga importanteng bagay na dapat ninyong matutunan sa topic na geometric sequence. Pero unang-una, ating munang alamin kung ano ang geometric sequence. Geometric sequence is a number progression or sequence wherein you're going to multiply a certain number or constant called common ratio to the preceding term in order to get the next term. For example, we have, let's say, our first term is 2. Since it is said that we are going to multiply a certain number called common ratio, let's say our common ratio is 2. By the way, common ratio is represented by variable r. Don't forget that. R for ratio. Okay? So, our common ratio is 2 and our first term is 2. So, to get the next term, we are going to multiply 2 to the first term. So, 2 times 2 is 4. Now, we have 4. What will be our next term? Again, let's still multiply the common ratio, which is 2. So, 4 times 2 is 8. And 8 times 2 is 16. 16 times 2 is 32, and so on and so forth. So our example for geometric sequence is 2, 4, 8, 16, 32 having the common ratio of 2. So paano makukuha ang common ratio? First, select two consecutive terms or magkasunod na terms. Pwede ang first at saka second dahil magkasunod sila, or ang second at saka third. So, any terms basta magkasunod sa given na geometric sequence. So, let's say we are going to get the second and the third terms for us to get the common ratio. So, how are we going to solve that? That is a sub 3 over a sub 2. A sub 3 stands for the third term, at saka yung a sub 2 is for the second term. So, what is the value of our third term? That is 8 divided by our second term, which is 4. So, 8 divided by 4 is equals to 2. So, now we get the common ratio, which is 2. So always remember that in getting common ratio, you're going to make the second term from the two selected terms as your dividend, and then the first term as your divisor. So again, the second term from the two selected consecutive terms will be our dividend. All will be at the top of, or will be written first, divided by the first term from the selected two consecutive terms. So it's always like that. So again, the second will be the first written at the top, then divided by the first term written down below. Okay? So do not be confused because it is not interchangeable. Okay? Okay, so that's how we are going to get the common ratio. So I'll be showing to you another example of geometric sequence. And let us try to get the common ratio. So I have here 2, 2, 2, and 2. So as you can see, the terms in this geometric sequence is 2. It doesn't change as it progresses. What do you think is the common ratio? Okay, so our common ratio for this one is equals to 1. How did I know that? If you are still confused or you are still wondering why 1, you can actually solve it. So get two terms, and then the second will be at the top, divided by the first, which will be at the bottom. So 2 divided by 2 is equals to 1. And as you can see, if 2 times 1, it's still 2. 2 times 1 is still 2. 2 times 1 is still 2. So that's why it's like that. Okay? So another example. And let's try to get the common ratio. Negative 3, 3, negative 3, 3. As you can see, the negative, there is an alternating negative value of terms in the given geometric sequence. So, what do you think is the common ratio? So, our common ratio here is actually negative 1. How? Let's get negative 3 divided by positive 3. Since they have different signs and then you divide them, so the result will always be negative, because when you divide different signs integer, the result is negative. Okay, so negative 3 divided by 3, so that's negative 1. Oh, see? Okay, so another example. So I'm showing to you some scenarios of geometric sequence. I have here 100, and then next is 50, next is 25, and so on and so forth. So what do you think is the common ratio for this? As you can see, the geometric sequence that we have is in decreasing order, right? So from 100, it becomes 50 and then 25. How is that so? So let's get the common ratio. Let's get two terms. So write the second term first. That's 50. Then divided by 100. So 50 divided by 100 is actually 1/2 or 0.5. Okay? So what's 1/2 of 100? That's 50. What's 1/2 of 50? That's 25, and so on and so forth. So do you have any questions? That's all about geometric sequence. And that's all. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.